So Volkanovski successfully beats Max Holloway for the featherweight title. It was a very great performance by Volkanovski. I was very impressed. Going into this fight, I feel like a lot of people were actually sleeping on Volkanovski. He was on a 17 fight undefeated run, and a lot of people before the fight, the people that were actually saying that Volkanovski can give Max Holloway trouble were saying they were citing that the reason why that he can give him trouble is because of his strength. Obviously, Volkanovski used to be a rugby player, and he used to, I think he was 195 at one point. Obviously, he when he switched to the UFC, he lost all that weight, and it wasn't a 195 that was just pure fat. It was he was an athlete at this point, so a lot of people were saying that in terms of strength, he had a strength advantage over Max Holloway, and obviously a size advantage. But the funny thing is, when you look at this particular match, he actually didn't out strengthen Max Holloway. The way he beat Max Holloway was through using clever tactics and technique, and just following a game plan. That's how he actually beat Max Holloway. Um, so what he did, if you look at the first round, he was literally just trying to land leg kicks on Max Holloway and trying to slow him down. For some reason, Max Holloway was never actually checking the leg kicks that he was getting. So he'll get kicked in the leg, and then Max Holloway wouldn't actually check the kick; he'll just take it. If you look at the end of the second round, his cornerman was actually putting ice on his actual leg because of all the kicks that Volkanovski was actually throwing at his legs became red. And if you look at Volkanovski's shins, his shins were red as well from all the kicks that he was throwing. It was very impressive from Volkanovski. He used very good lateral movement, and he kept moving outside of the perimeter of the ring. Max Holloway just didn't seem switched on. He didn't seem to like be in the fight at all. Maybe his mind was occupied somewhere else, but for some reason he just wasn't there mentally. He wasn't checking the kicks, and all he kept doing was chasing Volkanovski. With a fight like Volkanovski, it's obvious that Volkanovski was trying to counter Max Holloway on the move. So what you need to do with a fight like that is you need to counter his counter. Um, Max Holloway tried doing that a few times, but he just didn't do it successfully enough, and he just wasn't switched on. So Volkanovski, I think this was the performance of the night, in my opinion. Obviously, the Kamaru Usman fight was very impressive, with Usman winning, but I just don't. If you look at it in terms of the best performance of the night, you have to give it to Volkanovski because Usman before the TKO over Colby was actually losing every single round. He wasn't losing every round on every scorecard, but Colby was ahead. While with the Volkanovski fight, he was clearly winning every single round before the fight ended, and it was almost a shutout. It's very impressive Volkanovski's lateral movement, the way he moved on the perimeter of the ring, and it has to be said. I think it's one of the best performances I've actually seen in such a long time. In terms of like a fight of his caliber, and Volkanovski is a problem for anyone. Honest to God, if he's 17, 18 fights undefeated, he's beat Max Holloway. He obviously beat Jose Aldo, the two of the greatest featherweights ever in the sport, considered by most people. So this guy's a problem, and the way to beat him, ironically, you think you just go out, he would out strengthen you because of the high weight that he potentially came from. But the fact is, he's a very clever fighter. He's more of a fight. He's more of a thinker in there than a just a straight up pressure fighter. And he obviously has the ability to pressure as well. But the fact that he's shown the ability to actually stick and move, it makes him a very dangerous fighter for anyone out there. In terms of where both of them go from here, Volkanovski can obviously defend his title, and he's gonna keep defending his title. And obviously with Max Holloway, obviously he has to go back to the drawing board. But in my opinion, I was very impressed with Volkanovski in this particular fight. His movement was on point. His ability to actually um, laterally move, and obviously his leg kicks were very impressive as well. And one thing you forgot to mention is his striking ability on top as well. His punches were very impressive. He was countering Max Holloway quite impressively. Max Holloway didn't have much head movement. I think I think he underestimated Volkanovski going into this particular fight. He just didn't think Volkanovski can fight that well. If you look at there was an interview where he started saying stuff like Volkanovski is nothing but a cupcake. As soon as I saw that, I actually said in the comment section, Max Holloway's needs to take this guy seriously. He's no joke. A lot of people in the comment section are telling me, "Oh, Max Holloway's just gonna run through this guy like it's nothing," and I knew immediately that that's not gonna happen because Volkanovski is no joke. So, yeah, that's my analysis of this particular fight. It's a very entertaining fight. It wasn't as entertaining as the Usman versus Colby fight because that was more back and forth, but in terms of seeing a game plan go through, this was a very entertaining fight. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Tell me what you think below, and obviously like this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks. Peace out.